Punting the prairie dog into the library was a mistake. Luz Dunn knew that now, but it had been a long time since she'd seen a little live thing, and the beast had startled her. She'd woke near noon having dreamed a grand plan and intending to enact it. She would try on every dress in the house. They hung like plumage in the master closet, in every luscious color, each one unspeakably expensive. Imagine the ones the starlet had taken with her. In the dream, Luz had worn every dress all at once, her breasts bestudded with rhinestones and drenched in silver dust, her ass embroidered with coppery alleyways of sequins, pleated plumes of satin fanning from her hips, pale confectioner's tulle floating like spun sugar at her feet. Of course, things went one at a time in the lifeless waking world. It was important to have a project, Ray said, no matter how frivolous. The Santa Anas winged through the canyon now, bearing their invisible crazy-making particulate, and Ray said she should try to keep her hands busy. She should try not to sleep so much. Yesterday, Luz's project had been to present Ray with a gift of herself swaddled like a chocolate in a fur coat she'd excavated from one of the cavernous hall closets, though she was not so dark as chocolate. She'd roasted under the mink, her upper lip already jeweled over and trembling with sweat when she breached the backyard where Ray was working, into the ever-beaming, ever-heating, ever-evaporating sun. Sun of suns. Drought of droughts. These were their days now, Luz and Ray and the merciless sun up in the canyon, a family of light in this mansion cantilevered into the hillside, a bridge for a driveway. Luz had shucked the preposterous coat to the dirt and instead napped naked on a sun-stiffened chaise under the lines of a leafless grapevine until dinner. Then once Ray approached her, sliding his hand between her knees, she'd groaned, too hot for sex. The mink was still heaped out back, sculpture of a failure. This project was better, she confirmed, twisting before the easel mirror in a peachy silk shift, lovely even against her grimy skin. In the closet was a hand-woven poncho of oranges and golds, perfect for the shift, except wool was suicide. Instead, a Hermes scarf. No, a delicate tennis bracelet whose tiny clasp gave her some trouble. Like dewdrops strung around her wafer wrist, something the photographers would have said. But practically everyone was thin now. Luz stepped out of the shift and wriggled into a clinging cobalt mermaid gown dense with beads. It was gorgeous, and she was gorgeous in it, even with her filthy hair and bulgy eyes and bushy brows and teeth that jutted out from her mouth as if leading the way, the front two with a gummy gap between them that caused her to seal her thin top lip to her plump bottom lip, even when she was alone, even now as she twirled, and the dangly beads went click, 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 softly. She looked liquid and wanted to show Ray. Luz tromped down the floating railless stairs into the gown and rubber galoshes and a feather headpiece, baubles winking on every finger and one wrist. At the bottom of the stairs, she froze. Across the foyer, watching her, the tawny, beady-eyed rodent. It stood on its hind legs. It sniffed the air. Its nimble claws worked at something. Kind of cute, except it dipped its head and maybe came at her. Luz panicked, shrieked, and executed a long-stride slow-mo kick of unexpected grace and force. Some long-lost ASO girlhood reflex risen from the resin of her quads. They were a tired joke, the galoshes. Ditto umbrellas, slickers, gutters and storm drains, windshield wipers. This place had not seen so much rainfall as to necessitate galoshes in her entire life. But thank God for them. Else the rodent might have ribboned her bare foot with its claws, instead of flying through the open door of the library, going scree. A horrifying sound, that scree, and in her horror, Luz slammed the blonde wood door closed, setting it shuddering on its casters. A cruel instinct she was paying for hours later, for she was now plagued with a hefty boredom and the melancholy of finishing an excellent book, a biography of John Wesley Powell, and had nothing new to read.